Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. This is the Akazaki Yahoo, and I give all praise, honor, and great esteem on this Shabbat day to the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait till the Most High brings us together, and we are 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, yet once again under one covenant. I am joined on this Sabbath day by my esteemed brother, Akinanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Mark. Shabbat Shalom, Yasharal. All
Yeah.
praises and glory to the Father, the only living true Elohim.
Yes, indeed. Kwan. Yes, indeed. Hallelujah. So we're going to continue our study as we left off last night at chapter 23. We're going to pick up today, and I think we're going to start doing just about 2 chapters, which is going to take us a long time to get through this whole book. But I want to start shortening these videos so they seem to be more appealing to people. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right. So we can see here in Bible Gate and Blue Letter Bible, they got a little heading here. It says a bride for Isaac. So that's what this text is going into. And so this is Bereshit or Genesis chapter 24 and verse 1. It says, and Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and Yahuwah had barak Abraham in all things. And Abraham said to his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all he had, put, I pray you, your hand under my thigh. Now, I did hear I give a little bit of insight as to what that meant at that time. Like that was some kind of a
like an oath or something.
Yeah, kind of a sacred type of thing would make him, basically abide by what he was asking him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a thing at that time. Like now, it's not common to put your hand under to touch a man's leg. That's not.
Yeah, we would that would definitely be uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's not
Suspect.
commonplace now.
You know what I mean? Suspect.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
man,
just
put your
shake
hand
on
under
it
my
now,
thigh. Right, exactly. Yeah, so verse 3, it says, and I will make you swear by Yahuwah, the power of Shamaim, and the power of the earth, and you shall not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, with whom among whom I dwell. So he's telling them that you don't get my daughter, don't get my son no wife from around here.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4, but you shall go into my country and to my kindred and take a wife unto my son Isaac. Alpha funny, he wasn't mentioning getting a wife for Ishmael.
God, I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. Well, you know what? In the previous chapter where Ishmael and Hagar are put away, it was Hagar who had grabbed Ishmael, an Egyptian wife.
Right, exactly. But even here, Abram is not saying, "Hey, go get a couple of women for my sons." He got 2 sons here, and if we notice in the last chapter, during the time he was about to do the sacrifice, Hamashiach was speaking to him, and he said, "Your only son." He used that a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, indeed. Chapter 5, verse 5, Salika, verse 5. And the servant said unto him, peradventure, the woman will not be willing to follow me into this land. Must I need bring your son into the land from where you came? Like, what if she won't come here? Do I need to take him there?
Mm-hmm.
Abraham said unto him, beware, you will not bring my son there again. It's funny he said again, like, because there was no initial place where he was there. Isaac has never been to Ur in the Chaldees. as we've seen. I mean, unless he made a trip without us, without mentioning it in the script. But verse 7, Yahuwah power of Shamaim, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, which spake unto me and swear unto me, saying, unto your seed will I give this land. He shall send a messenger before you, and shall take a wife unto my son from there.
It makes me think about how we should be as well. Not the Most High, but Father Abraham is considering and acknowledging the Most High in all of his actions. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He's continuing that faith, and that's scripture as well. Acknowledge him in all thy ways. Everything we face.
Absolutely, he knew that he had him. He had him taken care of, so he can send, even to the point where he can send his servant to go and do this labor. And this, if you haven't, for people who haven't read this story, this is a miraculous story. I mean, it's amazing. Let's read on here. Verse 8. He says, and if the woman will not be willing to follow you, then you shall be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son there again. Like, do not bring my son to Ur the Chaldees. Where I'm sending you, don't take my son there. It's not his place. His place is Canaan. Which is going to be and I'm thinking about this now. I don't think Abraham ever knew that Canaan is changed to Israel.
Right,
it would be called the land of Israel.
Right, he always calls it, the land of Canaan, where he sojourned as a stranger.
Yeah, because he was he was such an older man when he came into that land that when you get to his next generation, Isaac, and then to the generation after that, I don't think they didn't get to know Abraham. He was dead before they were born.
Right.
All right. Verse number 9. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning this matter, or that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. For all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia, unto the city of Nahor. So that's his brothers, right? The brother that yeah, that was the one who passed away. And he's going right back to that land because he's trying to get basically a cousin for his. Basically, get him a cousin.
Someone from his, from his family.
Yeah, like these are good women over here, not these Canaanite women.
Right.
Like, he knew about those Canaanite women. Not to be fooling with them. But
we're later in antiquity, we're given the same command, not to take wives of those people of the land, and not to take husbands for our daughters.
Right.
Those
absolutely. Men. Don't give your daughter to their sons, and don't take their daughters unto your sons.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Verse 11. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by the well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. Verse 12, and he said, O Yahuwah, power of my master Abraham. I like that. I like that. Even though he, considering he's in Abraham's house and has been with him for so long, he's circumcised. Because he circumcised everybody in his house. So, it would seem like he would have some kind of relationship with Abba, but Abba's not really dealing with him like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when he prayed, he said, "O Yahuwah, power of my master Abraham, I pray you send me good speed this day and show kindness unto my master Abraham." He didn't say show kindness to me, he said show kindness to my master Abraham.
We're told to pray specific, right? Well, that's what we were told in the church, and which led to I'm not gonna say we know that it was off, but we have to know how to invoke the power. You know what I mean? And this reverence that we see this servant, you know what I mean, doing. Like it wasn't for his will; it's for Abraham, who the Most High has already made a covenant with, and has promised to bless him.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He definitely went about it the right way. He didn't try to take the spotlight. He's like, it's on Abraham. I'm doing this for him. He's my master. I'm his servant, and I need you to help my way for him, for his sake, because he got me doing this. So, verse 13, behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down your pitcher, I pray you, that I may drink, that she shall say, drink, and I will give your camels drink also. Let the same be she that you have appointed to your servant Isaac. And hereby shall I know that you have shown kindness unto my masters. So yeah, that is a very specific and articulate prayer. I mean, concise.
And
very concise. Like, I'm gonna say to her, "Let's down your pitcher so I can have a drink," and she say, "Drink, and I will also give you a camel's drink." Let that be the one for that you appointed. Let that be the one. So,
because this task that he's been given is not an easy one. You know what I mean? This is he's getting ready to ask a woman to come be with a man who she's never seen, also to a land that she's never known. So this could be anyone. You know what I mean? What if I bring back somebody that is unpleasing to my master?
Exactly.
So let me take this off my hands and give it to the Most High.
Give it to the Most High. Let him orchestrate it, and let him be solely responsible. And like I said, this is some amazing. I don't want to say amazing writing. I mean, it's an amazing story. Not in the sense of something that was made up, but a piece of history that explains our origin. So that's what we're reading it as. Verse number 15. And it came to pass before he was done speaking that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born in Bethel, son of Milcah, which we read in the last chapter, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher up on her shoulder.
Hallelujah.
So here comes this young woman with a pitcher on her shoulder. And he, of course, he sees her. Let's go down a bit here. Verse 16. It says, and the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray you, drink a little water of your pitcher. And she said, drink, my master. And she hastened and let down her pitcher upon her hand, and gave him drink. And when she had given him drink, she said, I will draw water for your camels also until they are done drinking. That's exactly what he asked for.
Indeed, indeed. It reminds me of a couple of instances in my life, man. I remember uh, in 2004, my car had broke down,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember reading in the scripture that you have not because you ask not. So in my mind, I was getting ready to put that to the test. So
Uh-huh.
I prayed for a vehicle, and the very next day, my friend's girlfriend at the time,
Uh-huh.
she said, Kenny was telling me that you are without, your car's broke down. We're not using this truck over here. You can come get it. And
Uh,
it scared me. It scared the mess out of me. You know.
kind. Praise God. Wow, come get it. Wow, that's a barakah. That is a barakah. Like, come get it, man. That is, whew. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, man.
That's heavy because that don't happen on a regular basis.
All right.
Somebody just tell you, come
Man,
get it.
I'm gonna show him. He said I'm gonna show him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got him.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Um, did we leave off? Verse
Verse
20.
20.
Kind of. And she hastened and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again unto the well of water and drew out all his camels and drew for all his camels. So she watering the camels. And the man wondering at her, verse 21, and the man wondering at her held his peace. I don't even know if I could even hold my peace in a situation like that. You done prayed and here it is right in front of you. How do you not blow this? How do you be cool,
Uh-huh.
in a situation? Uh, and the man wondering, that wondering is like, where you kind of stare, wondering at her, held his peace, and would rather Yahuwah had made his journey and wondered and would rather Yahuwah had made his journey prosperous or not. So, even though he's in Abraham's house and understands some of the things that Abraham has given him, or why Abraham is moving the way he is, he's still like, is this what it's going to be? Is this how it's going to be? Is this what my master is dealing with?
Uh-huh.
So he's about to get a taste here, and I just wonder how he's going to deal with this. So, and it came to pass as the camels were done drinking, that the man took the golden earring of a half a shekel weight and 2 bracelets for her hands, 10 shekels weight of gold. So now he come with the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Abraham is rich as I don't know what. I mean, Abraham was so rich, honestly, that if things would have stayed the way they should have, like we would still have Abraham's money now.
Con.
You know,
Uh,
this is how rich Abraham was.
mm-hmm.
We would still have some of that money now.
It would have been more sheep based off of it. Just would have kept on adding up. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely. From what he passed to Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and then what Isaac would have passed to Jacob. Uh, you know, Jacob didn't have that money because he ended up without. That's why he ended up having to work for Leah, for 7 years. So, and even that, what he got from Laban, coming back to Canaan, he was well and good, even through the famine. Oh, I forgot about those famine. Yeah, so those famine, yeah, that probably would have taken a lot of. I kind of forget about that, but we get to, and I'm not trying to get too far off here, but you get to David and Solomon, and all the riches that Solomon was all about gold. Gold was so abundant at that time that they say silver was like rocks. To see silver was like seeing a rock on the ground. That was like the riches and the money. It's not even about that, but at the same time, that was what being a nation was about. Not only are you a nation, you a Barak nation, and the Most High is with you. So yeah, you're supposed to be in the upper. Lost my eye right quick, so we got to wait for him to come back in. Yeah, he'll be right back in. There we go. Got you again. Yeah. I was just saying, when you where you're supposed to be as the top nation in the world, you're supposed to have those riches and that esteem and all that good stuff.
And with that righteous ruling, that we spoke about,
Absolutely. And I don't know if you heard me, but I was talking about where Abraham would have passed down to Isaac.
Oh, indeed.
Isaac
I caught all that. The last thing we were talking about Jacob and what he had gotten from Laban.
Right. Yeah. So he got those riches from Laban, and so that would have went to his sons. But I forgot about the oppression in Egypt and all of those famines. So those famines would have wiped out a good bit of that money. But even, you can fast forward all the way to the time of David and Solomon. Solomon was dealing with so much gold. The scripture said that silver was like rocks. He wasn't even dealing with silver. Like to see a piece of silver was to like see a rock on the ground.
Right. So common,
Yeah, so common, so abundant, and but he wasn't even dealing with silver. Everything he had was gold. He was making the lions and he was plating them with gold. Yeah, put gold over that. That looked good, but put some gold over that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had a pool with that he bored it, and just kept it in liquid state, so he could plate stuff. So stuff could just be plated with gold. That's how Solomon was getting down. So, where did all that go? The Romans took it.
Indeed.
All of those
plundered.
Yeah. Us being spoiled, that's exactly what happened. We were spoiled. So let's get back to this before I mess around and go to a place I don't want to go right on this Sabbath day. So
ready for verse 23.
23. And he said, "Whose daughter are you? Tell me, I pray you, that is there a room at your father's house for us to lodge in?" Now this is
looking at that now, like I see why now he was wondering if, and he had to keep his cool because she might not have been because he's given specific directions from Abraham's kindred. He's supposed to pull this wife. So, he might not have known at first.
Yeah. He did he even know here? Because I'm pretty sure Abram had told him, I got a brother, we come from the land of Nahor, You know, I had a brother named Nahor. My father's father was named Nahor, and we got another. I had another brother who died. That's where Lot came from. You know, he came from his brother, and you know, I'm just imagining him. You know, this is his eldest servant. So you know, they I'm pretty sure they had a really good bond.
Indeed, and he knew, he knew about where he came from, and during the things that happened to him during his journey. You know what I mean? He
Or
would have.
you know what? I didn't think about it. He probably was there with him
Con.
because he brought service with him.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, he probably was there. So he probably knew all of this. He probably knew exactly where it was at and who was, you know. So I mean, we read verse 24 here. It says, and she said unto him, now he just asked her, whose daughter are you? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, and she bare unto Nahor, which she bare unto Nahor. So I bet he know exactly who these people are because he
Con.
probably was in that land with him, and he was probably in his father's house with him, you know, serving him there. But this is his eldest servant, I believe. Let me just go back
Yeah,
here.
Con. It calls him the eldest servant in verse 2. I
Yeah,
think.
verse 2. Yeah, his eldest servant of his house. So I bet you I bet he knew exactly who this was.
It's like, yeah, I know your people. I know who you
Yeah,
are.
it's been a while since we've been here, but I know you. I know who. You know, I know your people. I don't know you, but you know, I
Right.
know your people. Um, what was we at?
Ready for 25.
25. Okay, kind of. Okay. And she said, moreover, unto him, we have both straw and uh, uh,
Provender.
yeah, provender enough. I guess let's see what that word means. Provender enough to room to lodge in. So I don't know. That's interesting. What does that word mean? Provender.
I'm thinking like provisions. Some type of
Yeah,
provision.
and that's unusual. I mean, I know she don't remember him. She was probably wasn't born until after
Abraham
Abraham
gone.
was
Yeah.
gone. Yeah. So to meet this man and just invite him in, I mean, this is like Syria or this is like
Mesopotamia.
Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mesopotamia. So this is a different this is a tradition in Israel that we do. There's no strangers because we are family.
Gone.
But this is a man from a different land. We don't know you. Let's see what this word is. Mispah. 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 Uh, fodder. Feed. Okay, so I guess that's food for the animals.
Gone.
Okay, because he took 10 camel. Does that seem like overkill?
I'm thinking like each one of these camels probably has different. It's probably carrying different
Carrying something?
goods. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think so. Enough for this trip, yeah, to make it there and back. Uh, yeah, it must have been, and I'm sure he was riding on one as well.
Gone.
Yeah, so that is that 10 seemed like a lot just for a trip like that, because it wasn't. I mean, we can go to the map. It wasn't horrible, horrible, a horrible distance. Of course, if you in a vehicle, you're talking quick and easy. But to ride camels,
Talking about some days journey, probably.
yeah, yeah. But they're used to it. Camels are not known for being fast.
Right.
So they in Canaan here, Syria is here. So it's just that's not a horrible. Probably a day or two. A couple of days, I'll say, worth of journey. So maybe 3 at the most, I would say. So I don't know how it seemed like 10 would make you slow you up.
Gone.
That's what it seemed like. But anyway, we'll get back here. All right, so verse 26. It says, and the man bowed with his and the man bowed down his head and worshiped Yahuwah. So now he realizing Abba is doing it for him.
That's right.
He's like, man, praise you, Abba, for doing what you're doing for my master. I appreciate you. I'm the vessel working this thing, and you're doing it for him. But I appreciate you just the glaze that fall on me. I'm thankful for it.
Mm-hmm.
And verse 27, and he said, blessed be Yahuwah, power of my master Abraham, who have not left
Destitute.
my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, Yahuwah led me to the house of my master's brethren. So yeah, he knew. I don't suppose he knew exactly what house he was going to, but this was at the well that they talking.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Oh, I'm going right back to the house that my master's brother is." Verse 28, and the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. Now Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. I'm laughing because I know I know a little bit about that, where Laban is going to end up. But for people who don't know, I'm not going to spoil it.
Gone.
Like my children when they see this. And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well. So they're like, who is this man? And it came to pass when he saw the earrings and the bracelets upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah, his sister, saying, thus spake a man unto me. It's funny how they never give him a name. He never uses his name here.
Servants ain't right.
You was thinking that because I was like, it keeps saying the man. Yeah. And he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camel at the well. The camel's at the well. And he said, come in, you Barak of Yahuwah, wherefore standeth you without? For I have, and that's amazing too. How are they went right to Yahuwah's name here?
Indeed.
Why didn't they mention they idol that they
Right.
serve? That's interesting.
But I remember Abraham went to war with those kings of the east. And many of those kings came from Mesopotamia. That region, those deities would have been lessened by the deity of the only real power.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that story would have been relayed throughout the land as well.
Yeah.
A servant of the Most High conquered these
Came
kings.
and defeated. Yeah. Came and put them down and took back everything that was taken from him, that was taken from them, and including Lot, which I'm sure they knew who that was.
Yep.
So, but it seemed like though, come on now, if put yourself in that position. If your cousin or your brother was serving the power and that power was baracking him, when you go over there and try to see what's going on,
Indeed.
Find this brother,
let me join up. Let me join
right,
up.
Yeah. What do I sign? What do I sign? Let me get some of that good stuff you got going on there. So, that was bring us to 32. It says, and the man came into the house and ungirded his camel and gave straw and provided to the camel, and water to wash his feet, and the men's feet that were with him. It didn't say how many men he took. It said he took 10 camel. Surely he didn't take 10 men. But I don't know. You probably did have to have a nice crew to
ward off robbers,
Yeah, because it wasn't no protection. Like it wasn't no, it wasn't like you could call somebody and say, "Hey, I'm in trouble."
Right.
You got to be prepared when you go out there. Verse 33. It says, and there was set meat before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he said, speak on. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and Yahuwah have baraked my master greatly, and he have become great, and have given him flocks and herds and silver and gold, men servants and maid servants and camels and donkeys. And Sarah, my master's wife, bore him a son to my master, and she was when she was old, and unto him have he given all that he had. Like, oh, the rich one, huh?
Right.
Like, man, this dude got like, wow. And it's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that they were in bondage. I don't think he was in bondage to Abraham. I think that he was just a servant, like as a job. Like Abraham was more like his employer.
Indeed, I land back in that fact. The idea of, when I was younger, I used to think in elementary, I'll say that when I was in elementary school, I thought that slavery was just specific to this country. But, getting into history books, there had been slavery in, West Africa where we come from. What the
Right.
Europeans noted in their books was that some of these servants of the African kings lived better than the commoners or even royalty of Europe.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it was such a because you dealt with them at a on a different level. I mean, you didn't treat them like animals and demean them and keep them from reading,
right?
And things of that nature. You didn't oppress them like that. Yeah, they worked for you. I mean, we go to work, but we don't feel like I don't feel like my job. I'm a slave or I'm a representative, and I help people.
Right.
But
when the Easterners, and I'll include the Arabs in that as well, when they realized that the Westerners were treating the slaves here in this country the way that they were, they kind of shook their head at it and didn't understand, because you're pretty much killing your own richness. You know what I mean? Like you're shooting yourself in the foot with the way that you're treating these people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because you're gonna cause resentment, you're gonna cause revolt. Abraham's servants never revolted against him.
No, sir.
Because they was glad to be there.
Right. They were blessed as well.
Yeah, exactly. So what was it, 36? No, 37.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah, 30. Was it? I think it might have been 36. Did we get 36?
Oh, was it 36? Maybe so. Okay.
No. You read that.
Okay. Come. Yeah, I did read that one. Okay. 37. And my master made me swear, saying, you shall not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, in whom land I dwell. But you shall go into my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said, Yahuwah, and he said to me, Yahuwah, before whom I walk, will send his messenger with you and prosper your way. And you shall take a wife to my son of my kindred and from the house of my father. And from my father's house. I said I read that completely backwards. Verse 41. Then shall you be clear from this oath, and you shall come to my kindred. And if they come not to you, and if they come not you, one, you shall be clear from this oath. That is completely unclear. Let me read that again. Then shall you be clear from this oath, whether you come to my kindred, and if they give not one to you, you shall be cleared of this oath. Okay, so that makes better sense. Yeah, I butchered that first one. Verse 42. It says, and I came this day unto the well and said, Yahuwah, power of my master Abraham. He is so excited that this actually worked. To see it in action, I mean, I just imagine him being in this position, to actually see, when you see the Most High work and give you what you ask for, that's amazing. If now you do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when a virgin comes forward, that's not forward, comes forth to draw water, and I say unto her, give me, I pray you, a little water and thy pitcher to drink. He's rehashing the whole story for him. And it's funny because near the end here, he's going to rehash the whole thing for Isaac. And Isaac is like, man, just let me take my wife, man. He go about his business.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So, verse 44. And she said to me, both drink you, and I will draw for your camel, and let the same be the woman whom Yahuwah have appointed out for my master's son. And before I was done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and went down to the well and drew water, and I said unto her, let me drink, I pray you. And she made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder, and said, drink, and I will give your camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. Yeah, he's blown away by all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her and said, whose daughter are you? And she said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earrings upon her face and the bracelets upon her hands. And I bowed down my head and worshiped Yahuwah and Barak Yahuwah, power of my master Abraham, which had led me in the right way and take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. Like, whoa, you trying to take somebody what?
Right.
Like, no, they listening intently, like, this is amazing. This is an amazing story. I mean, just him explaining what happened here. And now, if you will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me that I may turn to the right hand or not, or to the left. And Laban and Bethuel answered and said unto him, the thing that proceeded from Yahuwah, we cannot speak unto good or bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before you. Take her and go, and let her be your master's son's wife, as Yahuwah has spoken. Like, man, I don't know about that one though. I mean, considering, he showed up with 10 camels and they got men, and they know who Abraham is.
Con.
They know he left and Lot went with him, and so I'm sure they done heard about some of the stuff that he's done, especially with rescuing Lot and destroying those evil ones. So I'm sure that's circulated around.
Mm-hmm.
Like Abraham the Hebrew, oh, that's our
people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it came to pass, it's verse 52. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard the words, he worshipped Yahuwah, bowing himself to the earth. So now he's so elated, he on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Praising Abba Yah. And the servant brought forth jewelry and silver and jewels and gold and raiment and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also to her brother and her mother precious things. So now he come with the gifts.
Right. Oh, that was what's on them camels.
Kind. I mean, he started pulling it out. Like it said in the earlier chapter that all that he had was from Abraham, but it didn't go over what all he had. But yeah, he had some stuff. So I don't know. It might have been more than 10. He might have had some servants walking. And they might have they might be pretty thick. It might be like 25, 30 people, to guard all this stuff. They probably got bows and arrows and
soldiers,
spears.
man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They probably, protection wise, because you never know who you run into on that road and what they got in mind. So you if you're gonna attack a target, you're gonna attack a soft target. You're not gonna attack a 25, 30, you ain't gonna fool with them. So
right.
Verse 54. And they did eat and drink, he and the men that were with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning and said, send me away unto my master. He's like, all right, let's go. Let's get this thing.
Right, mission accomplished,
Yeah. Right. And her brother, which would have been Laban, and her brother and her mother said, let the damsel abide with us a few days, at least 10. After that, she shall go. Like now, they done had second thoughts. I wonder where that came from. After he didn't, pulled out the gifts, you would think they'd have been like, oh yeah. But I bet they realize they probably not gonna never see her again.
Yeah. And you just uncertain where you're sending her to, because you haven't seen it for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if anything, you were like, let's come visit.
Mm-hmm.
It's Abraham. Let's go. Wait, where y'all at? Let's go.
Or if it's my sister, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna accompany y'all with y'all. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That would be the thing. Let's go see Abraham at least. We seen him in how long belong, and he got a son. Oh, let's go meet him. Let's go see him. That's our people. Let's go check it out. But anyway, verse 56. He said unto them, hinder me not, seeing Yahuwah have prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master. So basically, he needs their approval to say, yeah, go ahead and take her.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it could be something, a whole other issue. Can't just be like, hey, you said I could go, I'm gone, peace. Like, nah, you gotta be like, send me away. So, all right, verse 57. And they said, We will call the damsel and inquire at her mouth. And they called Rebekah and said unto her, will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. I'm rich now. Yeah, I'm going.
Right.
I'm sure that's not all it was, but I'm sure that had a good deal to do with it. Because if Peter came with a garbage can and said, yeah, my trying to make you wife of a trash man.
It's less appealing.
Right. She probably would have been like, no, I ain't doing that. But when you come out with all these gifts, I mean, we talking an abundance of stuff that he given to her and to her mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that's more than just this. So yeah, I'll go.
Right.
And they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his men. So they sent her nurse too. So this was common in this place, in this time, to have people to work for you.
Indeed. Good eye. Yep.
Yeah. Like this was like we've seen this many times reading through these chapters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they sent her nurse too. And they baracked Rebekah and said unto her, you are our sister, to you, the mother of thousands of millions, and let the seed possess the gate which hate them. Wait a minute, I read that wrong. It says, you are our sister, be you the mother of thousands of millions, and let your seed possess the gate of those which hate them.
So they
That's
send
the
it
second
off
time we've seen
with a
that.
blessing.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen that though. That was in the last chapter.
Khan. It was either the last one or the one before.
Khan, yeah, he said.
Last night we read it. We read it last night.
Yeah, last night. Khan, let it be the gate of those who hate them.
That was actually it was what Hamashiach spoke to Abraham after he didn't withhold his son. So 23.
Khan, yes.
Oh no, Slaki, it would have been 22.
22, Khan, yes. Yeah, I remember reading it like just yesterday. So, praise God. Isaac marries Rebekah, verse 62. It says, and Isaac came from the way of the well. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lahar, from he dwelled in the south country. Let's see what that place is. That's a bit interesting. And how they pronounce that. Wow.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 syllables.
Strong's H883. Be'er lachai ro'i. Be'er lachai ro'i.
Be'er lachai ro'i. Yeah, I couldn't have broke that down too smooth. Well of living one, see me. Well of Kodesh, south of Israel. So yeah, it said they were south. It said he was south.
And we're getting ready to finish up with this chapter, man. But Cliff just sent me a text that he's trying to get in. I think it might be.
Oh yeah. Okay. We'll give him a moment here. You can jump on in. Tell him, come on. Yeah, we finish this one. We can get on to the next one.
Gone.
And
like I sent them. I guess whenever I send these out, it doesn't go straight to the link that we're on because he sent me a link and he said, I don't know how to see y'all. Do I create a broadcast?
No. It should just you should just click the link, and his face should show. You can see the page here. See where your face is here.
Mm-hmm.
Like here should pop up. Another one will pop up in this area, and like whoever is trying to come in, they will pop up here, and I would just hit, add to the. So that's like they backstage,
Right.
and you
That's
bring them
yeah.
in. Yeah, I like this program here.
But yeah, this is like you said, it's more than a story, man. It's
Uh,
it's a epic. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Epic. You know what I mean? And it's all truth.
right,
All truth.
exactly. I mean, that's the beautiful part about it. It's not just like something somebody just passing along for the sake of entertainment or whatever. This is helping us understand the origin of us.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? So this is where they told us we were swinging on vines and acting like monkeys.
Right. Right.
When we read this, like, nah, nah, we wasn't think we were savages or some kind of brutish beast.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we was not. Yahuwah been with us since the time of Abram.
Con.
Yeah, that's what we read here, and so you do us no favors by taking us out of. Shouldn't do us any favors by running us out of Israel, and then by taking us out of West Africa either,
Right.
because we was establishing ourselves there. I heard a brother talking about, they called it the Gold Coast because gold was so abundant there.
Indeed, man.
And not only did they steal us, they stole the gold.
Indeed. But land backing off that, there was a point in time where one of the kings of Mali had so much gold that when
Uh-huh.
he journeyed to Saudi Arabia
Uh-huh.
from West Africa, he devalued the price of gold on this trip.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow.
Egypt. Yeah, and when he got to Egypt, like he did so much trading in gold that
Uh-huh.
the gold wasn't even worth anything because we just read about how it was common to have silver. You know what I mean?
Right.
These
Right.
things it was common as a rock. That's
Right.
kind of how it was like when this king had journeyed with a large caravan too of just
Right.
gold, and
Gold.
he devalued the price of it, man.
Wow.
And
Just
and and in
gold.
turn though, it kind of kicked us in the foot because at that point when he returned, the Arabs wanted to know like the source of his gold, so they came back as friends and ended up oppressing the
Right.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's something that we learned from Hezekiah, King Hezekiah in the
Indeed.
script. He came and showed, look at all my beautiful stuff. Like, oh, you didn't tell them about Abba, you told them about your stuff, huh? Okay. Just so you know, they're gonna try to slit your throat and take your stuff. If that king would have had that knowledge, if he'd have had that book of Kings and Chronicles, he would have known that would have been that's not the way you do it. Don't take all that stuff with you. Leave some of it. Take a little bit of it and leave a lot of it.
God.
We got that. That we thought that if you remember, I hate to say this, but if you remember Cash Money Records, they wasn't the originators of that.
Right.
Stunting and whatnot.
Not at all, man. It's our people, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, even when we read in Exodus, or where was it? Is it Exodus? I can't remember where exactly, but when actually I think it was in Daniel when they promoted these the Hebrew boys. Excuse me, sleek up. When they promoted the Hebrew boys, they gave them they put a gold chain around their neck. Like, you elevated. Here's some gold. Like, oh, that every time. Seems like every time somebody gets some money, they want to get some, get a neck piece.
Yeah,
So,
he just sent me a text, man. He's trying to put the paste it in the link, copy the link and paste it in.
you having trouble with it?
Well, I don't think he knows exactly where to paste it in because I guess it's not allowing him to go straight in like when he hits the link. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. He might be go in his URL, but let me see. I think I got him on Facebook. I know I got him on Instagram.
Okay, Con.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find him here.
You sending that on Instagram?
Well, yeah,
Or
Instagram here.
Messenger. I'll let him know which one.
I was trying to see if I could find him on Messenger since I had it right here, but I'm trying to think of what his name is on.
Slick.
Slick. Okay. This thing going so slow here. Yeah, it's going so. Okay, here we go. SLIQ, if I remember correctly.
SLICKK.
CKK. Okay. I don't know. I might not have him on Facebook here.
Well, I just sent it to him on Messenger as well, so
Okay.
it looked like he got it, or he's responding. I think now.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how I don't have him on Facebook. And I
Man,
really don't know why some people.
y'all are friends on Facebook. I see it.
Oh, you see? Oh,
Yeah.
I tried to bring him up. For some reason it didn't. It didn't come up. I thought it was,
sure.
but
my Messenger does that sometimes as well, though.
Yeah, and this thing is moving slow for some reason. I was moving back normal.
It's probably gonna have to be one of those things that I'm gonna have to, go over there and show him and Darren how to actually do it one day.
Okay. Yeah, it don't. I didn't think it was hard.
Yeah, I didn't have
like
when I'm gonna tell you, like when I first tried to do it, like I hit the link and
Yeah.
it wouldn't take me straight to it. But I saw a spot where I could just copy the link and then put it in my URL, and when I do
Yeah,
that, it loads straight up.
it brings it straight in. Okay, correct. Yeah, definitely want to get to that URL. I just jumped on with the Deacon and Sakari a couple times, and yeah, it seemed like it took me straight in. But I didn't do it on the computer. I did it on my phone.
Okay. And you know, I'm not sure if he's on his laptop or his phone. You know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, we probably need to keep pushing out.
Yeah, he only thing is, if I'm not watching the screen, I won't see him pop in.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
If he do show up. Can you tell him to paste it in his URL?
Yeah, I told him that. I showed him. I sent him a picture, a screenshot of where he needs to put it in the URL at as well.
Okay. Yeah, he still ain't showed up yet.
Well,
Yeah, when I search Slick on Instagram, I get Slick Day, Slick Cam, Slick the Barber. That boy
yeah, I don't know
Slick.
what his. Yeah, I'm not sure what his Instagram is. I know that Facebook is Slick DeJohn, DeJon.
Oh, the John. Okay, let me see if I can find that one. Yeah, I probably need to do some defrag or something on this computer because it is moving bad now. It can have times where it goes normal, and it has times where it just gets bad. Oh, there you go.
Shalom,
Shabbat
family.
shalom, my
Hey,
king.
shalom. Shabbat shalom, brother.
How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we
Doing
blessed,
good.
brother. Blessed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, there
How
he
goes it,
is.
man?
There he
What's
is.
going on?
Shalom.
Shalom, my brother.
Yeah.
Shalom, all right?
Yeah. Hey, he look like he resting. Yeah.
All right,
That's what's up.
yeah, we was we going over
Where we at with it?
Bereshit 24.
What's that?
Yeah, we can get. So we was going over Bereshit 24.
Hey, now when you have a chance, man, like we started this in Genesis 1, man. It's been a really good journey. I know you like them stories, man, and this is been a beautiful story, man. But you know, you can review it on YouTube when you have time, just in your leisure, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We also I know you work nights though, don't you?
Nice, yeah.
Kind. So yeah, we be on here Yom Shishi last night, and then we get on about 1 o'clock today, and we're gonna start reducing it down to about 2 chapters so that it won't be, just crazy long. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish up this chapter 2 for chapter 24, and then we'll do 25. So, we left off 63.
Come.
It says, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at eventide, and lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel, for she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
Come. And that verse right there, that's where we get a lot of brothers saying that sex is marriage. It's almost like they forget about the previous scriptures in the same chapter,
exactly. Exactly. All that got to this point is like, oh, he just took her in the tent and laid with her, and that was it. Like, no, it was a whole bunch of other stuff that went to it, that went with it. So, yeah. All right.
Hey, which verses you on again?
This is King James.
No, the verse.
Oh, that was the end of chapter 24. So that was
okay. All right.
Yeah, that was 24. Now we're going to start 25.
All right, cool. I'm there.
All right. And I'm gonna go let you read this one.
Okay, come. This is the book of Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 25. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. So, in the previous chapter, we were reading that Abraham was well stricken in his years. We know that Sarah was 127 years old when she passed away. So that would make Abraham 137 years old. So he's at least 137 years old when he's taking another wife.
Right.
And we'll continue. Verse 2. And she bare him Zimram and Jokshan and Midian and Ishbak and Shua. We want to take a look at those names out.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's get deeper here. I was really I remember we looked before at Keturah, but I don't think I saw anything memorable there. And since it's the wife of Abraham after Sarah died, that's pretty much all the information it gives us. And she's only mentioned in Chronicle. So I really would like to know where she came from, but I think that information just wasn't given. I wonder if she was a Canaanite. It'd be strange for him to take a Canaanite woman when he didn't want his son to take a Canaanite woman. Zimran means musician. The eldest of Abraham by Keturah. Let's see what this is. Keturah, Arabian nation sprung from him. An Arabian nation sprung from him. That's interesting.
Yeah, because we hear brothers say that the Arabs, it's just Ishmael, but
right, kind. These are his brothers, so. And matter of fact, when you go back to 16, what the messenger told Hagar was that you're gonna bear a son and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
Mm-hmm.
And these are his brothers here. So that's Zimran. Let's check out Jakshan. Yakshan.
Yakshan.
Yeah. His means snare. Oh goodness. Like
Read
these are
somebody
terrible
else.
names. Where are these names from?
Yeah, we read somebody else was a snare also yesterday.
I think we did. Who was that? One of those brothers of Abraham. Yeah, as we
Con,
was
you're
looking
right.
at
Yeah,
that.
you're right. I
Yeah,
forget which one.
yeah, I can't recall, but yeah, I remember we saw that. And some of those names, I was like, no, I wouldn't name my child that.
Con,
I
I
wouldn't do
remember
that one. Con. Yeah. So look, an Arab Arabian patriarch,
that. Mm-hmm.
Jakshan. So they basically saying the same thing of all of these. The second son of Abraham, Keturah, ancestor of Sabians and
Dennonites.
Mennonites.
Dennonites.
Yeah. So yeah. I think all of these would become known as Ishmaelites.
Mm-hmm.
Median,
Madon.
Medan. Okay. Uh,
Contention.
Contention. Yeah. I was gonna say contender, but that's not right. Contention. Yeah. Yeah. Son of Midian, son of Abraham, Midian. So I think he was more absorbed than the other ones,
Con.
brother
No,
Midian. Yeah, because it
only heard
doesn't
about
say
it
he.
twice.
Yeah. Yeah. In Chronicles. Let's listen chronically here. Hishbach. Oh no, Midian. Midian.
Midian.
Midian. Yeah.
He's in there quite a bit.
Yeah, 20 times. Yeah, but with look, his name means strife. Son of progenitor of Midianites or Arabians.
Mm-hmm.
Child of Midianites or Arabians, descendant of Midian. Territory descendant of Midian located Arabian Peninsula. Moses went to the field of Pharaoh. Yeah, he's they talked about a lot in Judges. We can see here Joshua that mentioned in Judges. Further in here, this is where they dealt with them with Isaac, not with Isaac, but with the second youngest son of Abram, not Abram, of Jacob.
Esau.
Uh-uh.
Oh, second youngest is
Yeah,
Joseph.
Joseph. That's what I'm trying to say. Joseph. I can't even think of his name. My goodness. Yeah, Joseph. That's where they sold him to the Ishmaelites and the Midianites that they referred to as Ishmaelites, like they was using that interchangeably.
Con, I remember us talking about that 1 week as well.
Khan, yes indeed. Yeah, Arabian nation descended from Abraham, whose territory lay at the eastern shore of the Atlantic Gulf, where the Arabian geographic place of the city. I don't know what the heck that is. As far as the land of Moab appear to have extended. There's more information here. Let's see. Some of the passages of Midian include identifying with Ishmaelites. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And compared with Judges in those couple of places, distinguish Midian. Okay. Yeah, and then this is just what they were mentioning. Say right here in Genesis. Ishmael died. Smoke median. No, it doesn't show that one. I was oh no, that wouldn't have been Exodus. No, that was Genesis. Yeah, that would have been Genesis. It doesn't show it on here. Well, we read it. That makes me wonder now. Hold on, let me go back. I wonder, was I looking at that right? It was about what, 40?
You talking about when they sold him?
Yeah, kind of. No, that
Uh,
was before that.
yeah,
This is
like
the banker.
yeah, probably closer to yeah, back another chapter, I believe, or maybe a couple of chapters back, because this is when he's already there.
Yeah, well, look right here. It says,
Okay.
Brought in the hands of the Ishmaelites. So let's go back one. Probably 38. Let's see. Judah went down and saw the Canaanites, the seed of air. Oh no, this is where he was dealing with his boys. They got put to death. Judah. So let's go back one.
Yeah, here it is. It's in this one.
Canaanites. Khan. You will report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children. Yeah, that's always going to be a problem. You cannot do that.
Right.
You cannot put your children in that position. You're going to create contention.
Indeed, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be difficult
right
when you
there.
got,
verse 28.
Okay. So it's got to be difficult when you got a baby, you got a little bitty baby, and, he's coming up. Then they passed by the Midianites, merchantmen, and Drew lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites.
Mm-hmm. Interchangeable.
So, yeah. I don't know why this is not right here. 37 and I guess because it's Midianite as opposed to Midian, but I mean it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm thinking I might have been tripping about that, but no.
Ready for verse
Ishbak.
3. Oh no, yeah, we still hadn't gotten those last two names.
Yeah, Ishbak. He releases Ishbak, progenitor of Arab tribe, so he was a prominent there. He will leave Ishbak a son, Abraham Ishbak. Yeah, just in Chronicles. So, all right, let's go to this last one.
Well,
Shuka. Gave gifts. Yeah, I think he was absorbed. He was probably known as Midian. Yeah, because it don't really say anything about him, even though his name means wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. We get to verse.
Ready for verse 3.
3. Come.
And Joshan begot Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Shuram and Letushim and Lumim.
Let's go through these real quick here. Jakshan. No, we just looked at Jakshan.
Yeah, we checked that out already.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this is the second time that we've seen that word, that name Sheba. Shabbat.
Yeah, Sheba 7 or an oath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like we saw that last night, didn't we?
Nah, it was back when we were
No, because this is Son of Jakshan here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in Genesis 10, I want to say we saw from the line of Cush.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was spelled a little bit different. As you see here, this is interesting. A son of Jakshan, a descendant of Seth. That they put that in there. That's interesting. Son of Raymond. That's the first time I've seen that distinction, a descendant of Seth, a nation of Southern Arabia. A nation of Southern Arabia. I just wouldn't. I don't think I would feel easy around these folks, man.
Right. With them names,
I would be like, "Oh, y'all my ancient family." Like, no, I don't. Like I'd be reaching for my sword.
It'd be an unease.
Yeah, definitely uneasy. Like, hey, don't try nothing funny.
Right.
D-Dan, I know we looked at D-Dan before. Low Country, grandson of Ramah, Cush. Yeah, grandson of Cush. That's where we looked at it before.
Yeah, but that trips me out though, because these are Shemitic people, but they're taking on Canaanite names or Hamitic names.
Right, exactly. A place in South Arabia. Some of the. What was that?
I was about to say that reminds me of us today.
Yeah. But if you remember when we was looking at this, we saw that a lot of them went into. They didn't go into what we call Africa. They went into
Shemitic territory.
Right. Yeah. So you had a lot of the sons of Cush that were right there with sons of Shem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense. And we don't know if this lady she could have been a Cushite. We just don't get any information about her.
Yeah,
She could have been from Cush. Azarim. Ashery. Okay. And guided or blessed. That's a nice name. Tribe descendant before. Look, steps.
Mm-hmm.
Patriarch are the same word. Okay. All right. And
put it in the basket.
Letishim. Yeah.
This one right here?
Nah, next one over.
Oh. Letishim. Okay, gotcha.
Letishim.
Okay.
Hammered.
He like to drink.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think he was absorbed. He was probably called Ishmael. Or not Ishmael. He was probably called Midian. So they were probably, because this is a single place that these mentioned. And then Luim.
Let Umim.
There we go. Yeah, you better at them breaks them phonics than I am, man. Peoples.
Right. So I would say he most definitely was considered Midian because
Yeah, kind, yeah. Uh, yeah, and these are the children of Joktan.
mm-hmm.
So get to this next verse. Let's go ahead and get 4 here.
Verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, Epher, Enoch, Abibdah, Eladah, all these were the children of Keturah.
All right. So we got Midian. Let's see what
Ephah,
Ephah.
Ephah,
Masculine.
gloomy.
Gloomy. Oh, that's not a name you name a child. My goodness.
Right,
Son of Midian. A Judite son. What?
right.
Come on, man. Why would you name your son Gloomy? That don't make sense. Concubine of Caleb from the line of Judah. Okay. Let's see.
Epher,
A calf? What?
that's what it reminded me of,
Effer?
heifer.
Like Effer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you say it like that, Effer. Let me see. Look, among the descendants of Judah, son of Ezra, one of the families of the East. The name of an Arabian and 2 Israelites. Why would you name your child a calf? I don't understand that. When you know what it is, when you know what it means, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
Now, when we was reading those names of Japhet, you know, none of his children were named nothing.
Right. They all had prestigious names for the most part.
Right. Yeah. Where are we?
And I believe it says Hanak, but I believe it's Enoch or the same
word.
Yeah, I believe so. No, I'm wrong.
Oh.
No, there it is. Yeah.
Dedicated, yeah. It is like the same name. Oldest son of Cain. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely looked at this one. Yeah, eldest son of Reuben. And then a son of Midian, 3rd child. Yeah, kind of is. It's a good catch, Art. So he just use it, put it with an H, Hanak.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one. This is an early one. H28.
Ebidah.
My father knows. The 4th son of Abraham's wife Keturah after Sarah died. Son of Abraham Keturah. Yeah, that's it. There's no. Yeah, so they definitely got swallowed up by yeah, they definitely were called Midian.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one. Eldawa. Has known. El has known. Son of descendant of Midian. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody outside of Midian went anywhere. Like they didn't make any kind of, they stayed under that name.
Right.
So that's reasonable because they did a lot. You put the children of Israel under captivity.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much your life That's pretty much where you at. So
All right. Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac, but unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. So, this is the nature of that resentment. And really, with Ishmael, that resentment began before then. You know what I mean?
right. Mm-hmm.
And so, this is probably why Ishmael and the Ishmaelites and the Midianites linked up. You know what I mean? Like our father, has really kind of rejected us and chosen Isaac over us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just imagine, you if you in this family and you got Ishmael who was sent away, back in chapter 23 or chapter 23, and then you got these ones and they immediately send them away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you even have us? You gonna do us like that? Nope. Got to get away from Isaac. Can't hang with Isaac. Nope.
Right.
I'll play with him. So yeah. So Isaac is grown and married when these babies come. These are start out as babies, and of course they grew into men. So it's some good time. So we must be talking 150. He must have been 150, 160 years old.
Right.
All things considered, I mean, for them to have multiple children like this, I think it's gonna tell us at the bottom where when Abraham died. Yeah, I think this is it right here. To the east country. Yeah, so we had 7 here.
Con. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived, 160 years. So that's 175.
Yeah, 160. Yep, 75 and 15. 75. That's a long time.
Man, con.
Yeah.
And what we say, he was 137 when he started having, at least 137 when he started having these children from Keturah.
Well, when Sarah died, yeah. And so then, so time, years continued to pass. And that's the thing. He didn't chronologic, he didn't give the chronologic order. You kind of really decipher it, not like to a T. You can't like pinpoint it down, but we know he died at 175. He was 130, 36?
37.
37 when Sarah died. So, from 137 to 175, he had a total of 9 boys with them grandboys.
Mm-hmm.
And so man, that's a lot.
Indeed.
Especially to be over 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man, and full of years, and was gathered to his people. Are we going to read about where they buried him here? Let's see.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, Con. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre. So that that's the same cave as Sarah, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're getting this verse here.
All right. Verse 10. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife, Con.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, they throw in those little details, to let us know exactly. But a lot of it he leaves out. He give us what we need, but not all of it, what we would ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Verse 11. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that the power blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Laharah.
All right, let's see what that is very quick. Did we look at that book yesterday?
Nah, I don't remember ever seeing that word before.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that the one? West Kadesh, Southwest. Yeah, this is where he was when he was coming home.
Okay.
When Rebecca was coming.
Okay, Con.
Yeah, we read that in the last chapter. I thought yeah, Con. Okay. Yeah, 62. Okay.
Okay, Con. All right, verse 12. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar, the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names, according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nobahath, and Kedar, and Abdil, and Mibsam.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who know behind what they say about him. Heights. No Ayath. Nib Hayath.
Strong's H5032. Neviah. And second entry, Nevayoth.
That makes more sense, Nevayoth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. So it's only mentioned these couple of places. Height, son of Ishmael, the people descended from one called
Nabateans,
in the capital of Petra.
Mm-hmm. That's still in the land. I believe it's in Jordan now.
Okay, kind. Ishmael country set up by him, Nebathah. Okay. Let's see what they say here. Wife, blah, blah, blah. Bishop, yeah, they're not really talking about Ishmael's son. Oh, here he is. Okay. Northern Arabia, of a race of Ishmaelites, possess abundant flocks, also buy merchandise and rapping.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is though.
Yeah, which sprung from. Okay. All right. Give us a little bit more than Midian did.
Come.
Kedar,
Kedar.
that's the next one. Yeah,
Kedar.
Yeah. Dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that in the Song of Solomon.
Kind. Dark says the 10 of Kedar. That's the 10 of dark. Son of Ishmael, descendant of Kedar. Yeah. Swarthy. Remember Benaiah from whatchamacallit, the elder?
That does the documentaries.
Yeah, he talking about that word swarthy right here. Black titted tribe of nomad of the Arabian desert. Made black goat skin, Jacob, a black woman, stuffed Gabi, Arab, smile of swarthy hue. See, I wonder, this is my first time seeing this word swarthy in the script, as they use it in the script here.
Okay.
I'm going to see.
And, we see that it's associated in the scripture as black. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that was the very next word.
Yeah, I'm just see what Google say about it here. It's, he was the first one that I'd ever heard use it. Yeah, dark skin. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Swarthy.
Spartan. Yeah, that's very interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, black skinned man, son of Ishmael. So Ishmael, verse about name. So Ishmael mixing with the Greeks, I believe, is how he got to where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Or what we see. I'm sure it's still some of them that's not like that. But they're not the ones that that we see on the front.
Con.
Uh,
Abedil.
Abedil.
Abdil.
Abel.
Abel.
Yeah. It's almost like a woman's name.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing by El. Disciples, there's Arabic name of Northern Arabic tribe. Miracle of El, son of Ishmael. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And
Mipsam.
it's sweet odor. Name of Ishmaelite of Ishmaelite Mitzvah. Sweet odor. Yeah, these are definitely an Arabian people.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Yeah, so pick up a Mishlam and his son
Duma.
and then Masa. So let's check out Duma. I've heard some about Masa.
That's
Solid.
some of the Kenyans, isn't it? Or a tribe in Kenya?
No, still the Ishmaelites, the sons of the Ishmaelites, but they were our they had oppressed us before, and one of the Akeem brought out that they that's where we got the term. We wasn't saying in the slave days here in America, we wasn't calling them master, we were calling them massa.
Like oppressor.
Time, because that's what his name means. We're gonna find out. That's what his name means. Tribe of Arabia, town, Judah near Hebron. Death is ruined. Here's a little something. An Ishmaelite tribe in the region of Arabia, no doubt the same, new called Stony Duma, Arabian border and Syrian desert, and foreign with Citadel
Mm-hmm.
and 58. Wow, they give their location. Longitude and latitude. Wow. My Arab edit page. J Tut in the city of interesting. Okay. That's so strange. They give their actual longitude, latitude, and yeah. So that's NASA. Burning.
Con. Yep.
You are burning, NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Son of Ishmael. Please, Burden, please.
Right.
That's not funny. I'm not laughing for that. I'm laughing because
Yeah, but it's what they were saying, and
right,
it wasn't master at all,
right. Burden.
Master.
Getting on my nerves, man.
Right.
Hadar. And let's check out Hadar. Hadar and Teman and what is that? Jatur and
Nafish. And Kadima.
Okay. Yeah, you much better at these phonics than me because I'm like, I see them vowels together. I'm like, what? I don't know
right.
what that is. Look, this one means honor.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and Edom named king after him. So-called white man. Yeah, right.
Does it say that? No, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
no.
Yeah,
I was saying right here. No, I was saying the Edomite king, like he gonna name his son after so-called white man gonna name his son, name a king of theirs after the Ishmaelite.
Right, no, not at all.
But
brothers hold fast to that idea though.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, you thought
I thought it was there in the blue letter. I was like, what?
Nah. If that had happened, some Negro done inserted it.
Right.
That's the only way we'll get there. Line of that magnitude. Timah means desert. That makes sense because these Ishmaelites, nomads. I mean, we nomadic people too, till we came to Canaan. But so yeah, all this is Arabia. I mean, this is Ishmael. So, but even his brothers, all of that, everything we see here is Arabian.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure once we get to Esau, we're gonna see the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is they in this 25.
That's what I thought. Yeah, come. Let's see. Jatur,
yeah.
Yetur.
Enclosed. Son of descendant one in the Israelites east of the Jordan. Also called Yetur Yeturei. I don't know how to pronounce that. How you break that one down?
Man, Iturei. Iturei.
Son of Ishmael. Get out of there. Chronicles gave the region which was stable. I hate they put this Greek in here. Enclosed encampment, nomads, roots. 6, 12. Yeah, I don't see anything else really significant here.
Nafish.
Yeah.
Nafish.
Yeah. Refreshment. Next to the last son, Arabian tribe. Arab tribe. Chronicles. And then give them my K. Yeah, let's see how they pronounce that.
Strong's H 6929. Kedemah.
Kedemah.
Okay, kind of original. Youngest of Ishmael. Yeah. Yeah, he was completely absorbed. He's literally nothing about him.
Con.
Yeah, so all right. 16.
All right. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years. I think I take notice that it's 12 of them also, you know.
Yeah, that's remember he told him that 12 princes what he begot.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verse 17. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the Ruach and died, and was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest toward Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren.
Mm-hmm.
All
Died
right.
in the presence of those all those before him.
Right.
Because he was quite older than the sons of Keturah.
Indeed, at least 47 years older.
Yeah, kind.
Yep. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
So we can look at his name here. Esau means hairy.
Okay.
The son of Isaac and Rebekah. Hungry, devoured, blessing. Yeah.
Progenitor of the Arab peoples. Wow.
One of them. We've seen quite a few progenitor of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind.
But you know, it's in all likelihood, all these people are upset with first Isaac, then who the blessing was passed to, Jacob. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So these people all had resentment towards the children
Absolutely.
of the promise.
Absolutely. I mean, that's basically the setup, and which this is ironic in itself because there was no folly here. I mean, this was it just went the way it was. I mean, it just happened to be twins,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, they struggled together in her. Hairy, rough Esau, son of Isaac, twin brother of Jacob, also called, which is, however, used to regard a prospering than the man himself. In the end, Obadiah mentions Obadiah. Brother express Mount of Esau, even to the Edomites, Obadiah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Verse 26.
Kind.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
So pause right there. One thing we skipped right here. I just realized. So he was 40 when he took Rebecca to be his wife, and 20 years later, he was 60 years old when she bare him. So 20 years later, they had these children.
Con.
That's interesting. It took 20 years for them to have children because she had been barren.
All right. Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sold pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Yeah. We can look at that one real quick.
Did we look at Jacob?
Oh, yeah. No, let's look at Jacob's name too. For mentioning that. Jacob, heel holder or supplanter, son of Isaac, father of the 12 patriarchs, children of Israel, Israelitish patriarch. It's funny to see that word Israelitish.
Right, it's because when I see that ish at the beginning, it means like not really, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, it kind of makes sense because even though he was Israel, it really deals with his
line and not so much him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but because it is him. But it's those who will come after him. Mainly, I mean him too, but all of these patriarchs, Babylon, proper name, masculine, Leah, Snare, Jacob, younger twin, nation. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of great significance here, but amazingly so. This is the purpose of all these 25 chapters is to get us right here in Jacob and to understand him and what he did and how as we go further, we'll understand more about, where we come from and all of these things that affect us. It was faint. And what was the other word I was going to look at? Edom, yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's ruddy, isn't it? Or red, yeah.
Red, yeah, red, yeah. Idumea, descendant of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land of the southeast of Palestine. Yeah. It gives all his names here. Edom's Idumean. I think that's Idumea is the Greek way of saying it, I believe.
Right, with a with an I.
Yeah. Son of Isaac, twin brother, often called Esau, nation of Edom, Idumeans, country. Let's see the full entry here. Edom, the nation of Edom, Idumean, and just trying to see what they're talking about here. Notes popular means land, Edom considered land between Dead Sea, Atlantic Slough, and Idumean. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get into anything pertinent there. All right,
verse 31. And Jacob said, lost it. There you go. Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright into Yaakov. Then Yaakov gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and he rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Despised his birthright. That was the cross, not the cross, but that was the thing that crossed the line, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
with the Most High, because he would have gotten that the Barakah would have been his, even though it was never meant to be his. At this point, because he sold it, like that was just beyond. That really vexed the Most High that he did that.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, yeah. So it's a good couple of chapters there. My Akeem. Well, oh shoot, Cliff. You had dropped out. He had dropped out. I didn't realize.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Khan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went over those. We just went over those couple. We did a lot of talking to beforehand, but yeah. So hopefully we can get you in next week, and we can get on some more. What time you be working? What time you go in?
Me, 11 to 7.
Oh, 11 to 7. Ooh. Yeah, I thought my 3:30 to 12:30 was bad.
Yeah, man. It's rough.
Yeah, that overnight, bro. That's something else there. So all good. Yeah, definitely got to work. Well, I guess we'll conclude with final thoughts.
Man, it's more than a story. It's the epic and humble beginnings of our people. This is a time before we were a people, and we're getting close to the point where we start to become a people. But blessed and fortunate, man, to be able to get into this word with you, brothers, man. All praises to the Father, man.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you got any final thoughts on the clip?
Well, for the most part, I'm the family tree is one of those things where I'm like, man, to follow it. I'm listening to you brothers, and I'm just intrigued by the notion that that nothing is really hidden. You know what I mean? As long as we're searching for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's I was never really into history, you know what I mean?
Right.
But now when I listen to this, I'm like, not to understand how the involvement came, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to always go back to the book of Genesis.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, it's definitely a barakah. It gives you so much insight. We began, we were reading about Adam. We went from Adam to understanding who Cain was and all that he did. And we got to Seth, and all of this progression. We progressed all of this way to get to Yaakov here. And, this is just honestly the very, very beginning. Even though we're talking about, Isaac only had these two. And once we get to Yaakov, understanding his 12 sons and his daughter, Dinah, we'll get deeper and deeper into this. And from there, it's all about Israel and everything that we've gone through, that we have been through, and basically what we're going to go through, like as of right now, where we, how we will be dealt in the latter times. All of that is in here. So this is some heavy information. It's good, and it's a blessing, barakah to really get into and to break down. So very thankful for you, Akeem, to be able to get through this with. And you know, I just give praise to the Most High Power for, you know, the Ruach to want to get into it and to open up understanding and help us to better see what we you know, better understand what we're reading. So I'm gonna end this broadcast as I do every broadcast by giving all praise, honor, and great esteem to the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua, Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four corners of the earth. I say shalom wa baruchim, that's peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High Power brings us together once again. We are 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power yet once again. And I can't wait for that day. Until then, peace and blessings, and take care of Israel.
Shalom, shalom, family. 12
Shalom.
tribes, one nation.
One nation.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shalom.